Heyo. So today we're going to talk about the woes of being woefully unprepared. So as you can see, this is the current state of affairs in my garage. It is a teensy bit messy. A lot messy. This is actually all pretty much dried transmission fluid on my floor, and it's probably going to be etched into it now. But I just wanted to give an example of the practical implications of going into something woefully unprepared. So I have my engine over here, which you can probably just see over here. It came out of my truck. I thought I had kind of come to like preparing on how I know I was going to do it. Nothing really went according to plan, and I wasn't fully prepared for the mess that would happen. I was also very tired. It was 2 8-hour days to get my engine and transmission out of my truck. However, I still should have had more things together to be prepared. And moreover than that, now I have to clean all of this mess that I have made for myself that I refused to clean yesterday when I should have, which was only a day after it happened, because I was again too tired after coming home from work. Now I had come and made a plan and I thought I was ready to execute on it, but I decided then I was not. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some of this cleaned up, but I just wanted to start out by showing you what happens when you are unprepared for something. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can open up the garage, get some water on this. I have some degreaser. We're gonna see how much of this we can get up and out, and we'll just kind of go the scrubbing process, and I'll be back in a second telling you what's happening. So let's get to that. Okay, so now I have my degreaser, my nice Speedex, and some water. We're gonna get this together. I'm gonna go ahead and try using those things that are on the floor, but as you can tell by my attire, I also didn't really prepare the most for this video, so that's another consequence of why you always gotta make sure you have everything together, because even when you do things on a whim, they still look good if you have everything prepared for it. But let's go see if we can scrub this out. Of course, though, the first problem is I still have a bunch of tools out because I also refused to clean up my tools after that happened. So let's go ahead and see if I can get all those picked up and set back, and we'll go from there. Okay, so that's the first section done, or just the tools cleaned up for the most part. Hopefully, I make sure they all get back into the proper spots. They're more or less there, but we're gonna go ahead and try to clean up some of this on the floor and keep sorting through it. But this is what happens when you pull an engine out and a lot of stuff, unforeseen stuff goes and happens. So hopefully, I'm doing my best to also not get the shirt dirty, because not the best shirt to be wearing and doing this, and I'm promoting me to be clean. Go ahead and see if we can clean up this floor, move some other stuff over, and get more stuff put away. But let's go see if all the stain will hopefully start coming up even the side of this building. Okay, sweeping should have been the easy part. Now comes the fun part of seeing if we can start getting this moved out of here with a little bit of water and some degreaser. Very achy, breaky, backy, to say the least. Wow, pushing that thing is actually a freaking nightmare. But it's starting to come up a little bit, which is good. It is definitely
gonna have to get all the way into the concrete before this floor has any semblance of normalcy again. I've got some drilled oil spots already where you go over them and they're pretty much into the concrete already. Someday I'll probably have this whole garage resurfaced on the floor or have a epoxy coated, and I'll put a color down and epoxy coat it so you'll never have to see it. In the meantime though, I need it to where I can still somewhat go across the floor. But that's just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead, finish cleaning up this garage, but I just want to show a little bit of what happens when, yeah, you're just not prepared. You pull an engine out just on a whim. I like doing that kind of stuff. I love doing everything on a whim, but got to deal with the consequences, right? So I'm just doing that as a quick video today, just this for the aftermath of pulling this engine out. That did take a long time, and yeah, that's kind of the aftermath of it. I do have the engine out over here. I do have the transmission somewhere sitting over here, but at the end of the day, the big mess in the middle of the room is really more a concern to me than all the small stuff around. I do have my transmission jack that I do need to clean up as well. I'll do that all off camera, do this, get it all done. I'll probably stay up late tonight trying to get all that done. But I do just want to get a little bit together for today's video, because still doing a video a day, still getting them out there. Kind of had this idea earlier about showing what my garage looked like, because it was just an absolute mess in here. I never recommend leaving tools out like I do. Always clean your tools after you're done with it, because otherwise now you're running around looking for tools. That's the biggest mistake I probably made after finishing it. So please, whenever you work on anything, just for your own sanity and your own sake, pick up your tools and put them back to where you took them from, because holy shit, well, your life will be so much easier in the future. Second, clean messes when they first happen. Get oil. I don't have any kitty litter or anything to dry, floor dry. Unfortunately, I forgot to grab a bag of that from work. So it kind of made it difficult when the spills first happened. I just did my best to contain it from fully going out the garage door with those towels, but definitely try to always get as much oil into a towel before it gets into the ground and is a total mess to get out. The other thing that I learned, and I always do, pick up hardware and put it into a better place that you'll remember what the hardware is. Well, when I was pulling the transmission out, which I didn't film any of that, pulling the transmission out, because I never planned on pulling the transmission out, I just was already unbolted completely, so I might as well drag it out from underneath the vehicle. I just left all the hardware on the floor because I was so tired after an 8-hour day of messing with this engine, and I just put it on the ground and dragged it out. I do not want to ever have to do that again. So, engine or hardware on the ground, pick it up, put it in a labeled spot so you know what hardware it is. Your life will be easier. These are just things that right now I'm starting regretting doing because I didn't do them. So, hey, garage is cleaner. I'm gonna finish cleaning it up though. Thank you. I hope you take those 3 tips, pick up your hardware, pick up your tools, and clean your messes when they happen, and your life will be a million times easier. I wish I followed those 3 things, but now I've really, really got them locked in my head for next time, and it will be 1,000 times easier. Now, I got a lot of mess to clean up still, so thank you very much.